to the Juniper Vale. Today we're going to do a reading on Putin for the next 3 months. And then I wanted to also show you, I got this complete book of tarot reversals. So if any reversals come up, I'm going to be using this. I haven't been able to read much into this yet, but I'm going to force myself to do reversals so I can do um, some more study into that. It goes through all the cards when it comes to reversals. It also gives you some spreads, which is nice. So I try to um, shuffle my cards in a way where I wasn't making sure that they were all upright. It's kind of hard because I've gotten so used to doing that I actually don't know if I actually shuffled so that there are reversals. So there may not be any reversals come up. I don't know. Let's see. Um, all right. So today, Putin, next 3 months. Putin, next 3 months. I'll do a 6 card spread, and then do anything after that in case I have any questions. I like just doing 6 card spreads or 5 card spreads just in general. It's kind of nice. Don't be afraid to be creative in your spreads, I say. If you're somebody who gets better insight by doing things by the book, then I would say do things by the book. If your insight works better by being creative and only kind of following guidelines a little bit and, letting yourself do things a little differently, then I would say you do that. So it's up to you as you're practicing or learning tarot or whatever it is that you are doing. All right. So next 3 months for Putin. So today is May 12th, Tuesday, May 12th, 1:09 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we're looking at probably the rest of May, June, July, possibly into a little bit of August, maybe. So Putin, for the next 3 months, what's in store for Putin? Justice. Ooh. 6 of Wands, 4 of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the 8 of Cups. I think I got the Ace of Pentacles and the 4 of Wands also for Taterhead's trip to China. So that was really interesting. I also saw, looking back on that video, I saw the news after I did the video that he's bringing Musk and who else is he bringing? I forgot. Somebody else, tech guy. So I thought that was interesting with my reading that I did on Trump in China. So check that out because the cards were a little odd, but then when I saw that news that he was taking them, it made a lot more sense. All right, so for Putin, I didn't get any reversals, so I guess I'm still shuffling the way I'm used to shuffling. First card we got is Justice. So that says to me, of course, there's pretty literal. Justice is coming for Putin in the next 3 months. Then we got the 6 of Wands. And here in this deck, you can see that the 6 of Wands is somebody who it's a little bit of the calm after the storm. And in a lot of ways, when I see the 6 of Wands in this deck, I see somebody who's preparing, right? They're on the defense. They're preparing for something or they're hiding away. You see they have all the wands sticking up like this, like he's almost behind a jail, but you have a person on a horse. So it's kind of like being ready for battle, but you're on the defense, like you're kind of waiting. 6s are that calm after the 5s. So there's that's the time you're taking things in, you're You're taking in, looking at your resources, thinking about what could be ahead, what do I have right now, what could be in store for me. Wands are that fire energy. So they are, I feel like their creativity and they're just kind of getting ready for something. Then we got the Four of Wands. Fours are like plans. They're like foundations. So this Four of Wands, we have these two butterflies flying together. This is also called like a marriage card. So there's a foundation being created, a plan. So I think justice is coming for him and he'll be on the defense because of that justice, but he's creating a plan to do with that. Then we have the Ace of Pentacles. So pentacles are about money, finances, business. They're also about protection, which is very interesting when it comes to these cards that I got beforehand, and also health conditions. Aces are beginnings, so he may be trying to come up with a new plan of protection for himself. And that's what I think it is. I think, he's probably already, I don't know, he's already probably hiding away someplace, or, he already has a lot of protection probably set up for himself, even to keep him safe from probably his own people or the people that work for him. And then justice is going to come for him. So there's something coming for him where he's going to have to set up create a plan, be on the defense, and set up a new plan of protection for himself. Then we get the Hierophant, right? The Hierophant is talking about institutions. It could be religious institutions. It could be government. Some large person in charge could be oligarchs, the Russian oligarchs. So I feel like these are the people that are bringing on the justice for him. So I think he has to be careful. I think justice is coming for him within the next 3 months. It could be, I don't know if it's an outside Russia type of justice, that other countries are involved, could be within Russia. I mean, it could easily be the oligarchs, the people with power in Russia are turning against him. And he's trying to find a new path to protection. Ending is we get the Eight of Cups. So this is very interesting, right? You see in this Eight of Cups, you see somebody walking away. They are walking away from the cups. They have their walking stick. They have their head down. So I think he is going to have to walk away from being the leader of Russia. I think that's what this is saying. Eights Eights usually talk about infinity, worldly power, right? So leadership and authority. That's what eights are about. This person is leaving. They are leaving a position of authority. Cups are comfort, social relationships, and also the unconscious mind. The Eight of Cups is a very interesting card. There was something, I think it was David that said about the Eight of Cups. I don't quite remember what it was that he said. Let me see if let me see if it's in the book, because there was something that's kind of sticking in my mind and I'm trying to remember exactly what it was. So Eight of Cups are transitional, right? So we talk about this person who's moving away. They're leaving behind the golden cups and going into the barren lands. So pretty much what I what I remembered. So that's good. Change, transition, walking away from something. I mean, I think Putin's out within the next 3 months. Put that on your calendars. We'll see if it actually happens. I'm very curious to see if it actually happens. I mean, that would be huge. That would be very huge. But all these cards are lined up so well to tell that story. So, like, even though when you're doing tarot, it's looking and you're asking a question, it's looking at how things are going at this point in time. So, at this point in time, with the decisions that have been made in the past, this is what his next 3 months are going to be. We all have free will. So, depending upon um, what he chooses to do tomorrow, what he chooses to do next week, what he chooses to do in a month, that could change. It's very much like a weather forecast in the sense that you have weather forecasts are looking at models, right? And they're looking at statistics. So you're looking at this idea of, well, with what is happening now or what has happened in the past, however many days, weeks, months, with what's going on in the climate or the temperature or the changes in the pressure, these are the likely outcomes in the next 2 weeks, say, for example, if you're doing like the next 14 days of weather, right? It could change because, you have the butterfly effect, you have little things happen. But we're looking at statistics. We're looking at this is what is most likely to happen because of our data. So I see tarot the same way. Like, this is most likely what is going to happen in the next 3 months because of the past. Can it change? Yes, it can. But I'm still looking at this is probably most likely what's going to happen. And since it's so clear to me, like, this is very clear. And one of the clearest readings I feel like I've ever had. So I think there's a very good chance that within the next 3 months, there's going to be kind of a revolt from inside Russia. And he's going to be on the defense and try to overcome that. But the Hierophant could be the Russian oligarchs, could be the Russian government. They're coming for him and he's going to have to be out. So that's what I get for Putin for the next 3 months. So thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. I love getting comments when people watch and they say like, "Oh my goodness, this actually happened," or "It didn't happen," because I like to go back and look. It's hard to always go back to every video and see if something is accurate or not, or how things could have been read. So if you see something interesting, please leave a comment. I really like that. And yeah, I think let's see, what's today? Tuesday? I think I have a live with Kyle Therese Cranston on Friday at noon Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be doing a political live. So please join us for that. That's going to be fun. It'll be on Kyle's channel. So I should have that linked up in my posts as well. Yeah. So remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. And thank you for being here. Please like, subscribe. I also have Instagram that you can subscribe to as well. And have a great Tuesday. Let's hope this comes true.